Watching live traffic along northbound Mopac at Far West Boulevard. As you can see, the commute is moving slowly but surely. A typical rush hour here in Central Texas when tens of thousands of drivers get behind the wheel to make it back home.
You know, toll roads offer drivers an alternative. Here's a look at the commute further north along the Mopac toll. But tonight, KXAN Austin News is uncovering a problem with the Central Texas toll system, and it affects thousands of drivers who have unpaid tolls. Those drivers are getting bills from TxDOT and its collection agency based in Wisconsin. Their toll bills are being increased by several thousand% and totaling several $1,000s.
And all new at 6, KXAN's Chris Willis investigate. He joins us live from the Loop 1 Toll Plaza with tonight's top story. Chris?
Well, Robert, to put this into perspective for you, there is federal legislation up in Washington to crack down on what they call unscrupulous credit card companies, charging upwards of 30% in interest and fees. Here in Texas, the Department of Transportation is charging more than 4,000% on unpaid tolls. To be fair, TxDOT has got to have a way to collect these tolls to pay back the bonds they use to get these roads built. And they did offer an amnesty program, but only about 11% of the people took advantage of it. Now people are running scared, facing thousands of dollars in TxDOT administrative fees. If you don't pay your federal income taxes, the IRS hits you with a 4% interest rate and a 25% penalty that they cap after 5 months. If you think that's too much, you don't know what too much is.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
The Texas Department of Transportation is charging toll violators more than 4,000% in what they call administration fees on unpaid tolls. CeCe Lopez owes more than $9,000 to TxDOT.
I feel like I'm a criminal for driving the toll roads.
Before you think Miss Lopez is one of those people who blows through the tolls without paying, she's not. She says she's always had a text tag and always paid. But when she bought a new car in 2009, she took that text tag off the old car and put it on her new one. That made it invalid and jacked her bill to more than $9,000. She called the text tag customer service line to work it out. They told her, too bad, pay it.
I called the Texas toll tags, and I think it took me 3 days for my stomach to be, unknotted. I was freaking out. And talked to them. They said, well, this is what happens. I said, well, I need to figure out how to, fix this. They're like, well, you can't.
Here's what 4,000% looks like, and this applies to everybody who drives the tolls. Say you go through 10 tolls at 60 cents a piece. That's a total of $6, and that's when the clock starts ticking. If you don't pay that $6 in 112 days, it gets increased by a total of $2,500.
Now, the fees are only there as an incentive to get people really to pay on time.
Mark Tomlinson is the director of the Turnpike Authority for TxDOT. He says by the time drivers get administration fees in the 4,000% range, they've already had ample time to pay their tolls. Some drivers can qualify for violation conversion offers, and most can set up payment plans. Right now, there are about 150,000 drivers in Central Texas who owe TxDOT a little more than $3 million in unpaid tolls. When you add that administration fee, the $3 million jumps to more than $56 million, making the average 1,700%.
Just astounded, outraged. It's just unbelievable. Where is common sense and fairness?
Yeah. Former State Comptroller Carol Keaton-Strayhorn spent 8 years in charge of every dollar in Texas. She says people who drive the toll roads should pay their tolls, and if they don't, a reasonable fee. But 4,000%, she says, is simply TxDOT mismanagement.
If they cannot clean up their own mess at TxDOT, then let the legislature step in and do it for them.
Your state lawmakers allowed this to happen, and now at least one says the intention of the administration fee may have been for a driver's entire account, not multiple violations charged hundreds of times over and over.
I think when the legislature put into the statute these relatively high allowable fines, it was contemplating that would be the total fine, not that it would be that times 100.
Representative Mark Strama has toll roads in his district. He told KXAN these administration fees in the multiple 1,000% range need a closer look. And that look is soon coming.
This agency is under sunset review. And frankly, the sunset review process is designed to root out things just like this.
For now, TxDOT says you need to communicate with them.
This can be very damaging to individuals to have to go through this process. So we want to make every reasonable effort we can to let them work with us.
They would give me the information, but they would never give me enough where I could have probably saved another $3,000 in fees had they told me, hey, this is out here.
TxDOT's collection agency, a group out of Wisconsin, is now calling people at home and sending letters trying to get them to pay. Here's the deal, though. If you don't pay that collection agency, they don't have a lot of recourse. They can't put it on your credit report. They cannot keep you from renewing your license or registering your vehicle. And because of that, TxDOT says they're now going to take about 150,000 of these violators to court. Our coverage continues tonight at 10. We'll hear from county officials who say right now they can't take you to court either. We're in North Austin tonight, and we're live. Chris Willis, KXAN, Austin News.